How often have you watched a comedy sequel that is actually good? That's right, almost never. Sequels rarely work in the first place, let alone for the comedy genre. This is because they're often too caught up in recapturing what everyone liked about the first movie, afraid to change. Who can blame them? Change is scary. This can be said for the first half of the 2015 sequel, Pitch Perfect 2. The film begins stuck, refusing to change or evolve. However, around the midpoint of the movie, a character is given advice that the movie itself appears to take to heart. Let's take a closer look into how Pitch Perfect 2 managed to save itself from becoming just another shallow cover of a more original idea. Pitch Perfect 2 begins with the good old idea that if it ain't broke, don't fix it. The opening features the Bellas embarrassing themselves during a major performance, just as the first one. Of course, it's much bigger due to the group's fame and success after the first film, but still the same inciting incident. After this, the group were given the main plot of the film: win the World Acapella Championship or shut down the program. While this ultimatum is delivered, an incoming freshman named Emily arrives at Barden and wishes to join the group, just like Becca did previously. Are you starting to notice a pattern here? Don't worry, we're a whopping 8 minutes into the movie. The only real difference that's been introduced at this point is Becca's internship at a record company, which she of course keeps a secret from the other girls, maintaining the same status quo as the first movie. Even the characters in the film feel the inherent need to stick to the script of the first one. The Bellas and Troublemakers attend a party, just like the first movie, where we meet our lovely couples for this film. Thankfully, this franchise never really focuses on the romance, and we breeze right past Benji and Emily as the new Becca and Jesse. After meeting the new competition replacing the Troublemakers in this film, Das Sound Machine, we're treated to another training montage that's way less funny than the first movies. It wouldn't be a Pitch Perfect movie if it didn't feature a now series regular, the Riff Off. Oh boy. So this time the Riff Off is a competition for product placement and consists of 4 random categories rather than one meaningful one. Let's not forget the 5 teams: the Barden Bellas, Das Sound Machine, the Troublemakers, the Tone Hangers, and the Green Bay Packers! That's right, folks. The Green Bay Packers. That's all I'll say about that. Of course, by the end of it, the Bellas lose the Riff Off due to the new girl breaking the rules. Just like the first one. As you can see, everything up to this point has been nothing but a retread of the first film, and therefore it just doesn't land the same. This bigger and larger approach to the Riff Off robs it of any chance at a meaningful performance. The first riff-off allowed the Bellas to sing about their femininity and sexuality, but here the topic changes too fast for meaningful song choices. Not only are the Bellas failing at every turn, but so is the film. Why would an audience member want to watch this movie when they can go watch the first film that they like more? Well, Becca's conversation with her boss halfway through the movie gives us an answer. Becca's boss, I'm not forgetting his name, this character literally goes unnamed and is referred to as Becca's boss in the credits, tells Becca exactly what the Bellas and the movie needed to hear.
I was super excited to hear what else you had, and what you gave me was more mashups.
That's sort of what I do.
Listen, Reggie, is it Reggie?
Becca? That happens a lot, though. You'd be surprised.
Okay. Here's the thing. Any kid with ears and a laptop can do that. Dax can do that, all right?
Right.
So that's fine if you want a career DJing raves out in the desert. But if you want to write music producer on your tax form someday, then you've got to have an original voice. Do you understand? You've got to show me what you have. Right now, what I have is a demo with mashups on it.
Yeah.
They need new, original ideas instead of trying to remix or cover what has already been done before. It's after this that the movie shifts into some original ideas that separates it from the first one. The Bellas head off to a retreat in order to bond and work as one again. The camping montages are fun, and it's here that the emotions begin to boil up to the surface and we get the real meat and potatoes of the film. Chloe admits she's afraid to let go of the Bellas and graduate. Having recently graduated college myself, this struck a familiar beat. Growing up and change can be scary. There's that great big world out there with endless possibilities, and you often find yourself wondering, where in the world do I fit in? Each Bella takes a moment during their time at the campfire to admit their faults and fears, before realizing they must change from their old ways of thinking and approaches in order to accomplish their goals. This gives the final act of the film a much more emotional hook than just, we have to win the singing competition, again. At the start of the third act, the senior Bellas graduate and prepare for the a cappella world championship. Bella and Emily have been working on something new, something more original than their usual remixes. They kick off the set with a synchronized dance that leads into Beyonce's Who Run the World. From here, they keep the audience's attention with their usual mix of upbeat and empowering songs. This time consisting of Where Them Girls At, Lady Marmalade, We Belong, and Timber. The audience is captivated, but it's not enough to win them this championship. It's time for the Bellas to introduce their secret weapon, an original song written by Emily and Becca, titled Flashlight. This song is much slower and less flashy than the Bellas' usual set, but touches the heart of the audience. Here we also see some cameos from other actors as the Bellas invite all the alumni on stage with them. These are much more tasteful and subtle than the Green Bay Packers earlier in the film. They don't draw attention away from the scene's main focus, the graduating Bellas performing one last song. The Bellas encourage the crowd to participate thanks to help from the Troublemakers. This change in tempo and tone really sets this finale apart from the first film. While that finale was a big flashy spectacle, here it's a quiet final performance the Bellas share with one another. While the first half of the film is a bit of a mess, trying too hard to capture the comedy and charm of the first movie, I feel this second half does manage to turn the movie around. Just as the Bellas had to let go of their time in college and face the future, the Pitch Perfect sequel also had to let go and move forward. Instead of just being another competition film, it serves as a farewell to the franchise as we know it. Granted, we'll see in future installments, maybe they should have kept a slightly tighter grip on that first film. But that's conversation for the next video in this series, as we look at the batshit crazy sequel, Pitch Perfect 3. If that is an interest of yours and you liked what you saw here, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. More videos coming soon. Thank you, and enjoy your day.